What is up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you guys essentially how Madden 21 is going to be playing out. Yeah, it's scary. Rollout corners are still a thing. Corners, posts, crossers, still going to be good. Nothing different. The formation that I was testing out in the beta was this gun bunch quads in the Chiefs playbook. The play that I was using specifically is spot. This play alone, really good. West Coast offense, really good. It's going to be really good this year. I mean, even better than Madden 20. It's going to be the staple for passing the ball. The staple. Mesh post, learn it. Super, super easy. We're going to be going into bunch quads today. We're going to be going into spot. We're going to start off in a cover 3 sky. Now, keep in mind, this is Madden 20, so I do not have the ability to change any sort of drop depth with the flat zones, whether it be curl flat, soft squat, cloud flat, seam flat, quarter flat. I can't change that whatsoever. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and talk about Madden 21. All right, so we're going to go ahead and set this up for a simple, easy way to beat cover 3. And it's going to be having bunch on the short side. Robinson, even better this year with man coverage as corner out. Really, really good. Really simple behind it. Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but Travis Kelce has some new abilities. So essentially the Chiefs, here's what's going to happen. Chiefs, unstoppable on passing. That's all I'm going to say. You're good luck stopping them on any sort of passing ability on defense to stop them, because you're not going to be able to. So really simple setup to this is just something like this, and you can go ahead, motion over Tyreek Hill. Oops, wrong person. Put him on a drag and create a high-low read. Now, in Madden 21, that corner out still gets open. Rollout corner still a thing. I don't care what you have on the field. You double flat, you set your flat zones to 20. Guess what? I'm just going to be hitting you with this stock play again and again and again, because now I can hit flats. So let's say you have a hard flat with a cloud flat out there. You set the drop depth to 20 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards. Both the hard flat and the cloud flat are dropping back that depth. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's a hard flat. I don't care if it's curl flat. I don't care if it's soft squat. Don't care if it's cloud flat. You set that to that depth. A hard flat no longer plays a hard flat and is essentially useless. All flat zones useless. And on top of that, because you've set your drop depth, again, this is a representation of Madden 21 playing it at Madden 20. I now have so much more room to hit the flats for an underneath easy check down. So this year, by far and large, zones are terrible. You guys think they're bad in Madden 20. You just wait till you get your hands on the Madden 21. The beta was bad. Zones suck. Here's another setup for this. This is talking a little bit about West Coast offense. If we come out in gun bunch, we go into mesh post. I'm just going to come out in gun bunch, and let's just see if we can maybe find something similar to it. Bunch open tight end, maybe. Bunch wide. Let's see if there's like a post coming from bunch side. There probably isn't. Oh, let's just go seam divide. Just kind of imagine with this. This is mesh post, okay? It's a little different, but you guys kind of get the point. So here's how you run mesh post. You're going to go ahead and put B on a drag. You'll streak your tight end, and this alone is unstoppable. You motion over Travis Kelce, you're not going to be able to stop this play with a user, because users are slow. This is just really simple high-low read. Bang. You can see right there. Dot. And you could run this again and again. Same issue with shading. Same issue with zone drops, whether you set them to 0, set them to 5, set them to 10, 15, 20, 30, 25, etc. There's still going to be a lot of things open, and with the user being so slow at this point in time, you're not going to be able to cover that route at all. This play alone will be unstoppable in Madden 20. You will spam mesh post again and again until the cows come home. The problem with drop depth is, especially with yellow zones, what I mean by that are mid reads, 3-hook hook, vertical hook, hook curl. I believe that is all. I'm 99% sure. I'm confident about it. But anyways, the problem with that is hook curls. Now I don't even know how to describe it. I don't have a clue. You set it to 0. They essentially play like a 3-hook hook, but they just bite down to literally down to the flats. They bite down and they're guarding the left tackle. I'm not joking about that either. They are guarding you the left tackle or the right tackle and nobody else. So if you were to set up this kind of play, again, high-low read, in Madden 21, again, please keep in mind this is Madden 20, you're going to be able to hit that streak over the top for an easy 10-yard gain every single time if they set the drop depth to 0 or 5. You will be able to hit that. Again, this is Madden 20. So really, really simple. Now, going back to this X spot. In Madden 21, in the beta, flats matter a lot. And I mean a lot. As we come out of this Tampa 2, again, this is just a setup. I really didn't lab a whole ton. This is just something I do. It's kind of a smart routed dig route. Or put them on a little dig route. Or a little in route, excuse me. And then maybe put RB on a little out route. And do something like this against Tampa 2. I don't know. You guys can kind of pick your poison behind that. But here's the thing. Sammy Watkins will get underneath the deep halves, inside thirds, and quarters to an extent with a low point pass. Especially again with yellow zones basically reacting to absolutely nothing and deep zones being nowhere to be found. Cover 3, much easier to beat. Cover 2, still easy to beat. Cover 4, still super easy to beat. All the beaters from Madden 20, you can bring Madden 20, Madden 19, Madden 18. You can bring them on over to Madden 20.2 or Madden 21 and use them the same exact way. There's no difference whatsoever. So zones suck. Plays stale. Same thing. Whatever works in Madden 20 is going to work in Madden 21. Now, running not as good. They have nerfed it, but you can still mix it in and get a good gain of yards every once in a while. Kind of just getting a lucky break. But as we look right here, again, bang, dashing, deadeye, boom, dot. The problem with Madden 21 in particular is the mid-read. In Madden 20, I hate to say this, but the mid-read actually plays pretty darn good. Given he still gives out that deep post route, but he does play better than in Madden 21. In Madden 21, he's nowhere to be found. I don't even know. Honestly, I wasn't paying attention to mid-read whatsoever. I've got no clue where he was. He was gone. He was off the field. Who knows? So this play alone, unstoppable. Again, creating a basic high-low read, smart route to dig route, or put him on a drag, whatever you guys want to do, in route. It doesn't matter. Really, really simple stuff. And you can just hit him for underneath in Madden 20 especially. Now, talking about the flats, in Madden 20, especially in MUT, this really is primarily focused towards you MUT players. The flats, how I was talking about, matter a lot. In Madden 21, the cloud flats still play the out routes, and rollout corners are still somewhat good. Contains are different this year. You double tap RB, and that's how you contain on defense. Again, I've talked about this previously, but you can still get out of contain the same exact way. Somewhat a little, okay, take that back, a little bit different in Madden 21 than Madden 20. It's still able, you're still able to get out of contains if you know what you're doing. So contains to an extent work if you're going against somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. If you go against somebody that knows what they're doing, how to get out of it, Madden 20, well, you're going to have a heck of a time trying to keep them inside the contain. And this is kind of going towards Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Those are only really the quote-unquote mobile QBs we could play against in that beta. So, again, this is a really simple play. It doesn't require much adjustments behind it, if I'm being completely honest. Even what you could do is just put B on a drag, out route RB, and streak Y, and do something like this, and then just motion over Travis Kelce. Again, this is talking about like the depth set. Guess what? I can still hit these corners. I can still hit the underneath stuff. It's going to literally be impossible to stop any kind of smash concept going across the middle of the field. So this play alone with mesh post, if you guys know the setup for Madden 21, I'll show you guys right now even. Again, it's super easy. It's going to be impossible to stop unless you really know some crazy adjustments with man press. But we're going to go ahead and switch over to the West Coast offense real fast. So here's also, while this is loading, there's a lot that I want to talk about on defense too. Man defense is going to be better than zone defense, and this is the trend it's been for, I don't even know, for a few years now. But I'm just going to go Steelers, just to show you guys this really simple setup. And I ran into some people, I think I played about 15 games, and nobody was able to stop this. Pretty easy setup, honestly. But again, this is in reference to drop zones, so I can't simulate that. I can't even do that in Madden 20, let alone shade. Shade sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. You never actually know what's going to do to your curl or hook zones. Heaven forbid it actually works. But we're going to be going into the gun bunch. Man defense is really going to be the best way to shut these down until we start getting abilities, like if they have post flag elite or something similar to that. More than likely they've just changed the name. But to start off, we'll go into gun bunch. Where is it? Mesh post. It changed this year. It doesn't work the same. The way that I was running it is I was going to block my running back, streak my tight end, and motion my tight end over. Now, here's the thing. The play itself, the way the routes are ran, haven't changed. Post runs the same. Again, it's just the issue of the drop depth of the hook zones, such as, again, 3-out hook, mid-read, vertical, and hook curl. So most times, most people, I don't know why, they would set their hook curls, their hook zones to 0 or maybe even 5. And the problem with doing that is I'd be able to hit the tight end over the top of those yellow zones every single time for an easy gain of about 10, 15 yards. Again, running into the same issue where your thirds, your deep halves, your quarters, they don't react, they don't do jack squat. I don't care what people say, they don't do anything whatsoever, and they're easy to expose. And then on top of that, we have to deal with a slow user, the slowest user we've ever seen. So with this, we're essentially just flooding the middle of the field. It's going to be impossible to guard, creating a high-low over the field. Again, unless you really start manning up a lot of people and have your flats out there to take away the drags, good luck. It's going to be pretty hard, because if you do shade underneath, the tight end's going to get even more open this year, which, you know, I agree with. He should. If you shade down, he should get over the top a lot easier than what he has in the past. But again, it may be a learning curve, but that post route, you can see right there, post flag elite's going to be able to hold on to that. But the post route, still good. Drags, even better. If you're not respecting the flats, guess what? I may do something like this. If I think you're not going to protect the flats, I can motion this guy over, streak, and do something like this. And again, hit my rollout corner. Now, this corner, I don't know how good it is in Madden 20. Yeah, because again, deep thirds are just psychics and react to the ball automatically. But you guys kind of get the point. Zones suck. Man defense, as always, is going to be the best way. Man press, blitzes don't work. As far as the time that we had, I didn't really have as much time as I wish I would have on the beta. Blitzing doesn't work because the releases are so good. The players on defense are so slow, and they tend to get tripped up on the O-line, so they don't really scream. You give it some time, though. We'll find some blitzes. There'll be some things that I guarantee will pop up. Also, a contained blitz is probably going to come back, if I'm being completely honest. Because as I was talking, rollout corners, still a thing. Clear outs, they work. So if you were to put X on the streak, motion over this post route, that little flat, if they have a cloud flats, you're going to be able to hit that unless they have a hard flat. Curl flat, sometimes you can hit it. But clear outs work a lot better. So no longer are these deep thirds able to react to a streak and a corner out. They are going to fully commit to the corner. I'm going to just go ahead and just throw that bad representation. But you guys kind of get the point. So lots of big issues with zones need to be fixed. As far as running goes,
no! God, please, no! 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 No!
Running is, I don't want to say it's dead. It's not dead. It's still viable, but it's not as good for a couple different reasons as it was in Madden 20. The biggest reason is pursuits are better. They're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Are they nowhere near good enough to where they should be? But they are a step forward from what we have seen in Madden 20. And I'm sharing all this information now because the beta's over and I could give two rips about it at all. Because I'm not showing gameplay, I'm showing Madden 20 gameplay. So, for example, as we go into stretch alert, X looky, all these plays, they're still in. Stretches, stretch RPO, all RPOs are still in the game. Those aren't going anywhere. Just, it's good because it brings something unique to the table. Let's just go into Tampa 2. The pursuit angles you cannot as easily manipulate, and I kind of want to use that lightly with manipulation of pursuit angles because you still can. The issue that we've seen in Madden 20 is we're just getting terrible blocks. Wow. Even with terrible blocks, we're still going to get yards. Is running into the back of your offensive lineman, and essentially that's screwing up the pursuit angles. That's still a thing in Madden 21, at least the beta. Again, this is talking about my beta experience. You're still able to run into the offensive lineman, not get punished, not get tripped up, not stumble, and then get a clean release, and that messes up the pursuit angle. So that's where pursuit angles are still bad. When you're actually getting good run stick and making the correct choice in the gap, the defense does not over pursue as often. There are some times though that you will find when they are doing a ball carry move, where there'll be a juke or a spin, those two particularly, that a defender that's not engaged, quote unquote engaged, with the ball carrier will sometimes react poorly and take a bad pursuit. Now, not near as often in Madden 21, but again, it's still there with stretch plays or really any. Wow, we're just getting the worst blocks I've ever seen. Worth any play in general, it will still be found as an issue. So, again, pursuits. Now that I can talk about this in a little more detail since the beta is over. One other thing I want to speak on. So let's just go into I-form slap. Way to glitch out the deep halves. Going to Tampa 2. This is still a thing in Madden 20. It shouldn't be a thing at all. But I'm just going to max protect. We'll put B on a flat. Max protect, up A on the flat. And we're going to look for Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, this may not be far enough back, but you guys can kind of see what's going on right there. That deep half gets forced into a middle third. Now, yeah, there's a couple different ways you can adjust to it, blah, 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 blah. I think it's stupid to think that I have to readjust a deep half, man him up, user, whatever, to stop a deep post. So we're going to instant replay, and this is still an issue in Madden 21, mind you, and it's not going to get fixed. So we're going to use this exploit again in, well, 21. But notice, this deep half is essentially what he's... The only way that I can kind of think about this, make sense of it, is for some reason he's thinking that this guy is a streak and that this guy is a flat. So he's kind of reacting in a combination to the two, and the two add up to create an absolute TNT dynamite explosion. Now, right there, we're just not far enough back to make the pass. But you guys kind of get the point. He reacts as if he's a middle third, allows his deep post to get by, and, well, you can see, where's the deep half at? As we're looking at it, there should be somebody right here guarding it, but he's right here, right next to this left side deep half. So, yeah, still an issue. And you guys, guess what? If that's still an issue in Madden 21 beta, it's going to be an issue in Madden 21 because nobody else pays attention to it, because nobody else wants to bring it up, because nobody else really cares enough to bring it up. I don't know why. I don't have an answer for it. But I'll show you guys one more time. Maybe we can get a little bit more depth right here. It might not work as well because, well, it's Juju Smith, and Juju Smith actually sucks in Madden. So, oops, we're rolling out wrong way, but you can guys bang right there. Deep half glitch. It still works in Madden 21. I wanted to test that. I had the thought, I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's test out the deep half glitch. See if it still is able to glitch out the deep half. Still does. Same exact adjustments. You can come out in multiple formations, and you can do the same exact thing. Now, I had a guy on Facebook explain to me that there is another way. Let me see if I can pull it up. Another way to glitch out a deep half. And it involves streaks with being inside the numbers or something like that. Here we go. Any streak inside the number glitches out the deep half as well. So, I don't really know how to set that one up. I've never actually even seen that to begin with. Besides, the only way I can think of is you do something like this, and you put him on a streak, you drag your tight end, or you just block the tight end. I honestly don't know. We'll see. Oh, hey, yep, it does the same exact thing as long as it's inside the numbers. And again, if you can get the ball off, you're going to have one play touchdown. So, big issue with that. I think the only reason the deep half is doing that is because he's reacting as if there's two verticals and there's no reason for him to be on that side of the field. Shifts inside to take away the entire vertical, so the deep half on the opposite side or the side of the two receivers can shift over and take over that other vertical or whatever. Either way, it shouldn't be in the game, and it still is. So zones, big issue, users being slow. So here's the thing with that. Either A, user's going to get buffed and is going to become insanely broken again, to where you can run around in circles and you can lurk 5 different routes. You can lurk the entire field. Or zones are going to become crazy insane, to where a clear out route no longer matters, and we're back to Madden 20. So 2 things are going to happen. Either A, zones are going to get a serious buff, or B, users going to get a serious buff. And people are complaining enough about it that it is going to get changed. So some of these plays may not work when Madden 21 is released. I kind of doubt it. EA manages to screw up year in and year out. So I'm sure that these plays are going to carry over to Madden 21, whether zones get buffed or the user gets buffed, because drop deaths. They're good and they're bad. I think they're mostly pointless, and it's mostly a way for EA to just kind of say, hey, we don't know how to fix rollout corners. We don't know how to get cloud blocks to play cloud blocks. We don't know how to stop corners. We don't know how to stop. We don't know ways that we can get zones to essentially stop crossers, posts. So we're going to go ahead and give you a drop death. It's a cop out. Don't buy into it. So just a few things to be looking out for Madden 21. A couple plays you can use for Madden 21 when it does drop, because I can guarantee you the deep half glitch isn't getting fixed out. I can guarantee you zones are still going to suck. Contains, pretty sure double team is the way to escape out of it. Again, I really didn't have enough time to actually lab against the contain, but I was even able to escape a contain without setting up any sort of action. I was able to get out of it, no problem. So who knows? The last one I want to talk about, I don't know, I kind of doubt having a read option here. If they don't, I'm just going to go ahead and lay it out for you guys right now. Read option with the Ravens is going to be crazy good. Madden 20 read options kind of dead. Triple options definitely dead. Read options semi-viable. You just got to know what you're doing with it. But Madden 21, if you guys use the Ravens, it's really hard to stop. I'm gonna be honest. Read option, triple option, any option plays are going to be really tough to stop. You hit the adjustment to play the QB or set it as conservative or aggressive. So, anyways, that's gonna go ahead and take care of this video. A couple different plays you guys can start practicing. The biggest thing I'm going to say for Madden 21, for you guys that are runners, you need to stop running, because that's not going to be a viable option. The only thing that's going to be viable is this near close or this near close flex. Those are both still good. The fullback dive, still good. And run defense, oh my, has it changed. It is way different, but we do have some tricks. I got something up my sleeve already for Madden 21 for run defense. Trust me, near close flex is going to be dead. We're going to stop it, no problem. There's some adjustments for defense that still work from Madden 20, Madden 19, that we're going to be bringing over to Madden 21 as well. So there's a lot in it that we're talking about, that we're sharing already. So until next time, guys, subscribe if you guys are new, and until next time, get in the lab. This has been T Meister. See ya.